Section 1.5. Is the cloud your best option? One of the biggest mistakes in our industry is deciding to adopt a technology or approach just because it's new and everyone is talking about it. There are endless stories about companies migrating their monoliths to microservices and ending up with disastrous failures. I have already explained the properties of the cloud and of cloud-native applications. Those should provide you with some guidance. If your system doesn't need those properties because it doesn't have the problems they are trying to solve, chances are that going cloud-native is not the best option for your project. As technologists, it's easy for us to get caught up in the latest, trendiest, shiniest technology. The point is to figure out whether a specific technology or approach can solve your problems. We turn ideas into software that we deliver to our customers, and that provides them with some value. That's our end goal. If a technology or approach helps you provide more value to your customers, you should consider it. If it's not worthy, and you decide to go with it anyway, you'll likely end up having higher costs and many problems. When is moving to the cloud a good idea? Why are companies adopting the cloud-native approach? The main reasons for going cloud-native, illustrated in Figure 1.8, are speed, scale, resilience, and cost. If your business vision includes those goals and faces the same problems that cloud technologies try to solve, then it's good to consider moving to the cloud and adopting a cloud-native approach. Otherwise, it might be better to stay on the ground. For example, if your company is providing services through a monolithic application in its maintenance phase that will not be further expanded with new features, and that has performed well in the last decade, there might be no good reason to migrate it to the cloud, let alone to turn it into a cloud-native application.
Figure 1.8. Going cloud-native can help you meet several goals related to speed, resilience, scale, and cost optimization.
Section 1.5.1. Speed. Being able to deliver software faster is an important goal for enterprises nowadays. Bringing ideas into production as quickly as possible, therefore reducing the time to market, is a critical competitive advantage. Going to production with the right idea at the right time might make the difference between success and failure. Customers expect to have more and more features implemented or bugs fixed, and they want them now. They will not be happy to wait 6 months for the next release of your software. Their expectations keep increasing, and you need a way to keep up with them. In the end, it's all about providing value to customers and ensuring they are satisfied with the results. Otherwise, your business will not survive the fierce competition out there. Delivering faster and frequently is not only about competition and customer deadlines, it's also about making the feedback cycle shorter. Frequent and small releases mean that you can get feedback from customers sooner. A shorter feedback loop, in turn, decreases the risk associated with the new functionality you're releasing. Instead of spending months trying to implement the perfect feature, you can get it out there sooner, get feedback from customers, and adjust it to align with their expectations. Also, smaller releases contain fewer changes, thus reducing the number of parts that could fail. Flexibility is also needed, since customers expect the continuous evolution of your software. For example, it should be flexible enough to support new types of clients. Nowadays, more and more objects in our daily lives have been connected to the internet, such as all kinds of mobile and IoT systems. You'll want to be open to any future extensions and client types so you can provide business services in new ways. The traditional software development approach does not support this goal. Too often it is characterized by massive releases, little flexibility, and extended release cycles. The cloud-native approach, combined with automated tasks, continuous delivery workflows, and DevOps practices, helps businesses go faster and reduce the time to market. Section 1.5.2. Resilience. Everything changes, and failures happen all the time. Gone are the times when we tried to predict failures and treat them as exceptions. As I mentioned before, changes are not exceptions, they are the rule. Customers want software to be available 24/7 and to be upgraded as soon as a new feature is released. Downtime or failures can cause a direct loss of money and customer dissatisfaction. They may even affect one's reputation, damaging the organization's future market opportunities. Whether there is a failure in the infrastructure or the software, your goal is to guarantee the availability and reliability of your systems, even if only in a degraded operational mode. To guarantee availability, you need to have something in place to face the failures when they arrive, handle them, and ensure that the overall system can still provide services to its users. Any action required to process the failure or tasks like upgrades should require zero downtime. Customers expect that. We want cloud-native applications to be resilient, and cloud technologies provide strategies for implementing resilient infrastructure. If being always available, safe, and resilient is a requirement for your business, the cloud-native approach is a good option for you. The resilience of a software system, in turn, enables speed. The more stable the system, the more frequently you can safely release new features. Section 1.5.3 Scale. Elasticity is about being able to scale your software depending on the load. You can scale an elastic system to ensure an adequate service level for all your customers. If there is a higher load than usual, you'll need to spin up more instances of your services to support that extra traffic. Or perhaps something terrible happened and some services failed. You'll need to be able to spin up new instances to replace them. Foreseeing what will happen is hard, if not impossible. It's not enough to build scalable applications. You need them to scale dynamically. Whenever there is a high load, your system should scale out dynamically, quickly, and painlessly. When the high peak is over, it should scale in again. If your business needs to adapt quickly and efficiently to new customers or requires the flexibility to support new types of clients, which increase the workload on the servers, the cloud's very nature can provide you with all the elasticity you need in combination with cloud-native applications that are scalable by definition. Section 1.5.4 Cost. As a software developer, you might not deal directly with money, but it's your responsibility to take cost into account when designing a solution. The cloud computing model helps optimize IT infrastructure costs with its elasticity and on-demand pay-per-use policies. No more always-on infrastructure. You provision resources when you need them, pay for the actual usage, and then destroy them when you don't need them anymore. On top of that, adopting the cloud-native approach leads to further cost optimizations. Cloud-native applications are designed to be scalable so they can take advantage of the cloud's elasticity. They are resilient, so the costs related to downtime and hard failures in production are lower. Being loosely coupled, they enable teams to go faster and speed up the time to market, with notable competitive advantages. And the list goes on. The hidden costs of moving to the cloud. Before deciding to migrate to the cloud, it's essential also to consider other types of costs. On the one hand, you can optimize costs by paying for only what you use, but on the other hand, you should consider the cost of migrating and its consequences. Migrating to the cloud requires specific competencies that employees might not have yet. This may mean investing in their education to acquire the necessary skills and perhaps hiring professionals as consultants to help with the migration to the cloud. Depending on the chosen solution, the organization may need to take over some extra responsibilities, such as handling security in the cloud, which in turn requires specific skills. There are also other considerations, like business interruptions during the migration, retraining end users, and updating documentation and support materials.